Make better money choices. Choose a bank that takes your money seriously. Business Watch is brought to you by Nedbank.
It's 2 p.m. Central African time. It's a very, very good afternoon, a Wednesday afternoon. Thank you so much for tuning in to Business Watch today. It is sponsored by Nedbank as always. Thank you so much for tuning into the program. Today we have two distinguished guests joining us to discuss quite very, very important developments in the business and academic landscape of Eswatini. Firstly, Business Eswatini, also known as BE, has entered into a cooperation agreement with Business Unity in South Africa, popularly known as BUSA. The signing ceremony of the Memorandum of Understanding took place during the International Labour Conference in Geneva, witnessed, of course, by notable figures. This agreement aims to deepen the relationship between Eswatini as well as South Africa, enhancing commerce and trade ties. To gather insights on the potential impact as well as the implications of this cooperation agreement, we'll connect with economist Sanele Sibia Lomuhla Elihlelweni. Kanti we'll also have Professor Sandile Motsa, who is a renowned figure in the academic and scientific community of Eswatini, a founding member of the Kingdom of Eswatini Academy of Sciences and the Dean of the Faculty of Science and Engineering at the University of Eswatini. Professor Motsa has made quite significant contributions to promoting science and technology education. He is also the author of the AI Corner column, published every Sunday in the Eswatini Observer. So today we'll delve into this, or his perspectives rather, on artificial intelligence, education, and the recent AI training initiative by the Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority and Taiwan External Trade Development Council. Stay tuned for an insightful conversation with Sanele Sibia as well as Professor.
A very good afternoon and thank you for joining us. This is Nedbank Business Watch. My name is Lungelele Makagula. Today on the program, we'll be joined by Zamangwane Dlamini, who's head of branch networks at Nedbank Eswatini, to talk to us about their newly introduced intelligent depositing tellers, also known as IDTs. They're emerging as game changers, changing the way we manage our money. These Nedbank advanced machines go beyond traditional functions, offering innovative features that bring convenience, efficiency, and security banking. And some good news for Nedbank customers. The bank is currently running a campaign and competition where customers stand a chance to win themselves a trolley dash with 5,000 emalangeni should they transact on on the bank's app, either sending money to themselves, loved ones, supplies, etc. Zama will tell us how long this competition will run for, so do stay tuned. For now, let's go for business news.
Sabatandi ukuthi njengalokho sivile sive sithi khulumeni.
Kude lesinye isikhathi ngaphandle kwalesi.
Aba research bafunze.
Being risky means ukuthi nalokuwa kwayo kulula.
Nathi kufuna sende ukukhicita lokusemndeni.
Welcome back. Let's look at business news. The first story, there has been a low uptake on credit guarantee schemes by MSMEs. Now, as part of its new strategy, the Federation of Eswatini Business Community, popularly known as FESBIC, aims to address this issue. Mavela Sikwane, he's the head of business transformation at FESBIC, has spoken candidly about this aspect of their strategy.
Uptake is very low because you have to go through the financial sector. What are we doing to alleviate that situation now? First, through the strategic plan, we've established what we call a FESBIC financial services wing, which has to be approved by FISRA. Once I approve a FISRA, we will now establish FESBIC Bank, like the agricultural bank, which is already there. We'll now establish a FESBIC Bank, where businesses under our federation will now bank with this bank for businesses to access it without glitches which they are currently facing. And that is part of the 2025 strategy, which we started 2020. And that we see that really helping the Swazis. And we have partners again through the President's Office of partners like your UNDP, your European Union, who are ready to chip in funds into this bank for first.
And now for international story, Toyota and other Japanese car makers have admitted to having manipulated test data to gain vehicle certification. Apologies were issued by the companies in question are likely looking at a multi-million-dollar impact.
I offer my heartfelt apologies, says Toyota Chief Akio Toyoda, then a long bow, as is tradition in Japan. The CEO apologizing again for his company rigging the game. Toyota and its affiliate Daihatsu have been accused of cheating in engine tests before. Now, in the latest scandal to befell Japan's auto industry, the company is not the only culprit. Mazda, Honda, Suzuki and Yamaha all submitted incorrect or manipulated test data when they applied for certification of their vehicles. What my firm did undermines the foundations of the certification system, and it should have never happened. For 7 models, among them the Corolla Fielder, Corolla Axio and Yaris Cross, Toyota submitted insufficient data in pedestrian and occupant protection tests, as well as errors in crash tests and other testing methods, including for airbags. Toyota has now halted production for all affected models. As long as official approvals aren't given, my firm is unable to mass produce the models. We will suspend the production lines of these models. We will do our utmost to resume production as soon as possible. Most models, including those of the other firms, are no longer in production. Toyota does say that the cars are safe to drive and do not need to be recalled.
All right, that marks the end of our business news. Let's talk to Professor Sandile Motsa about artificial intelligence after the break.
Digital helps you make cross-border payments. Human gives you global specialists. Digital allows you to apply for a loan anytime, anywhere. Human connects you to credit experts. Digital puts you in control of your money, while Human connects you to wealth advisors. Digital allows you to freeze, unfreeze, cancel, and reorder your card. Human gives you that personal touch. Digital when you want it. Human when you need it. Get the complete private banking experience with NetBank Private Clients.
Renewal of TV licenses for 2024 is now open. Here is a quick reminder. A viewer's TV license costs 180 emalangeni per device. Other accessories such as decoders and set-top box cost 50 emalangeni per device. For traders and repairers, TV license costs 300 emalangeni per business area. And now, to pay your TV license, use these following methods. You can use MTN Mobile Money with the number 762222000 or dial *007 *3 *7 hash. Or you can use Eswatini Imali. And you can pay our TV license at any post office in the country. Another option is you can use any Nedbank branch using our TV license account number 119900430037. Don't forget, when paying for your viewer's TV license, reference with your PIN at all times. And when paying for a retailer TV license, reference with your TIN at all times. For more information, call us on 7802-4543 or 34050163 or 34020879. And you can send us a WhatsApp message on 762222000.
Come back. Let's talk to Professor Sandile Motsa. He's a practitioner in the academic and scientific community of Eswatini. He's also a founding member of the Kingdom of Eswatini Academy of Sciences and currently serves as the Dean of the Faculty of Science and Engineering at the University of Eswatini. He also is the author of the insightful AI Corner column, which is Artificial Intelligence Corner, published every Sunday in the Eswatini Observer. His extensive work in promoting science and technology education, as well as his contributions to the field of artificial intelligence, make him an invaluable resource for understanding the current landscape of artificial intelligence in Eswatini. That is why today we want to delve into his perspectives on AI and the recent AI training, which is an initiative by the Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority and Taiwan External Trade Development Council, popularly known as TITRA. Mvulane, a very good afternoon to you. Welcome to the program. Maybe before I ask you your sentiments on the Artificial Intelligence Initiative by Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority and the Taiwanese group, let's lay the foundation by just defining what artificial intelligence is.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sviso, and good afternoon to your viewers. I think it's important to start by unpacking what artificial intelligence is. It is a broad field, first of all. That's the first thing that must be understood, that has been in existence for a very long time. It dates back decades, probably back maybe 50 years, you know.
Wow.
That's how far back, you know, it goes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so what is really new, like over the years, we've seen different forms of artificial intelligence. You've been using it daily, you know, in your, as long as you use Facebook, you use Google, you use Google Maps, you use SwiftKey. You know, when you're typing, it predicts what you're likely to come next. That's okay, artificial intelligence. So in layman terms, artificial intelligence simply means any system that mimics human intelligence.
Yeah.
So what has taken the world by storm is a new type of artificial intelligence called generative artificial intelligence. So that is what we are talking about. I believe even in the training that you referred to,
yeah,
that is what they were talking about.
Yeah, and indeed, I think the center around that particular initiative by APA and the Taiwanese group was, you know, how much it has also taken by storm the field of marketing. And we know how important marketing is for any business. In fact, it's probably one of the most important things for any business. But now, as other economies are progressing, it looks like their marketing department hinge on artificial intelligence, but they've done their own research, not so much in Eswatini. A lot of our businesses haven't caught up with what the world is doing. So with somebody who is, you know, really, really keen on AI and continues to educate us about AI. How important was this step by APA and Taiwan to capacitate our MSMEs in Eswatini to really look into AI in their marketing?
Yeah, what generative AI has brought is, it has, they often say, democratized artificial intelligence. Whereas previously, it was the exclusive, like, preserve of those who are highly skilled, like, researchers, academics, and scientists. But now it has been brought to the masses, which means that anyone, even with limited skills, can be able to use it. So for SMEs and businesses, what that basically means is that you don't have to be a marketing specialist or to have special marketing skills to be able to use generative artificial intelligence. So such trainings are important in creating awareness and capacitating the businesses and society about the potential benefits of this technology.
Speaking of those potential benefits, I am forced to be a little skeptical, as just somebody. I'm just a layman, and one of my journalistic range allows me to want to ask some of the potential dangers, as we juxtapose it with the potential benefits that you've alluded to. If it's going to democratize everything, I myself as a journalist could probably learn about generative AI and maybe be given that position to help a business with their marketing. But aren't there challenges in terms of mishaps or loopholes or blurred lines where I could probably miss certain important aspects that somebody that has studied it would have not missed, maybe?
Yeah, just like any technology, when it's coming to the scene, there will be concerns. So that's why the awareness is important. And also, to use it effectively, there must be a bit of training on how to use it, what sort of information you should feed into it. So issues of, say, data privacy become very important. You cannot just, let's say, here in the newsroom, you are using it before the news at 6, then at 5 you load the script, and somebody doing research on a certain TV will happen to to get the news before it is brought out. So those are kind of things that you should be aware of. And also the type of information that you upload there. Obviously, you don't want to be uploading confidential information and people's private, details. So those are the kind of things that you should be aware of. But more importantly, for you, let's say in this space, if you want to use it effectively, there are certain steps that you must go through in terms of figuring out how to communicate with it to get the the optimal result.
Right.
So the art of communicating is key, so that, like for any training, that step must not be missed. So it's called prompting.
This is really interesting. So you can't just communicate with it, because I take it generative AI is some form of communication with the user as well as the AI itself. So the smarter your questions are, let me not say smarter, but like the more aligned they are with how this thing is designed. And I guess that substantiates why there should be the initiatives that APA did in training and capacitating people on how to use it to get optimal results. I'm happy that you brought that up. I wasn't aware of that. I want us to look into what the Eswatini government is doing, because a lot of development in our small economy hinges on some of the programs that they have. And I'm happy that the Ministry of Commerce has already laid foot on the ground with their digital strategy. And I am forced to assume that the digital strategy will want to hinge on AI just moving forward to achieve its objectives. What's your sentiment?
Yeah, I think from a policy perspective, there is need to look at our current policies to check if they cover the new things that artificial intelligence is bringing. We might have, let's say, a digital strategy, but does it, cover artificial intelligence, which is new? By the way, the artificial intelligence, the generative type that we're talking about, is not even 1.5 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, it first came to the scene like in November 2022.
Right.
So we're not even, it's relatively new.
Yeah.
So some of our policies or policy frameworks, privacy laws and so forth, you'll find that they do not cover the aspects, of artificial intelligence. So that's the first thing that we need to look at, to review, to see if there's a need to append or to include new things that will ensure that the dangers, the limitations, and so forth of artificial intelligence are taken care of.
That's quite interesting, and I know for a fact that our digital strategy does have a wing where its focus is on e-commerce, and I've seen a lot of conversations around e-commerce and AI, but maybe while we're there, as a parting question, our time has run out. What advice would you want to give to businesses in Eswatini looking to co-opting AI, just outside of the fact that they need to really learn how to communicate with it to get optimal results?
I think because this is an evolving, technology, just monitor, the capabilities, the features, and see where you can use it. Identify the use cases that will bring value to your business. You don't want to jump into it for the sake of jumping. So there must be some specific use cases which will then add value to your business.
Mr. Mosa, thank you so much for joining us on the program. Afraid we've run out of time, but your insights have been very, very invaluable for a lot of businesses that indeed watch our show, as it is a show that really focuses mostly on the business landscape of Eswatini, and it's going to stay on YouTube and of course on some of our digital platforms. They will be able to look back and learn from everything that you've provided. Let's go for a net break. Start Kubane Hlelo Masinyane.
All right, so welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. You're still watching Nedbank Business Watch. A very good afternoon. If you've just joined us, we're joined by Zama Dlamini, who's the head of branch at Nedbank Eswatini. We want to talk about their Transact products. Last week, we were focusing on car insurance with property insurance specialist Mcebo Masugu. Plus, Bugayama Transact products with Zama Dlamini. Very good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Let's talk about these Transact products, particularly the depositing ATMs. How convenient are they to your clients?
Afternoon, Lulu. Thank you for having us again this week. So this afternoon, we'd just like to talk about the convenience that we are bringing to our Nedbank clients. We have recently introduced our intelligent depositing machines, and these are obviously a game changer in the market in terms of allowing customers to just transact and or reduce the risk of holding cash within their businesses or in their personal capacity outside of the banking hours as we know them. So imagine a world where now you don't have to be queuing in the branch, filling out slips, standing there and trying to complete things, where you just stand in a queue, deposit your cash at an automated machine. The machine will validate the cash that you are depositing, and you will receive instant confirmation and credit of the funds that you are depositing into any account, really. It could be schools in terms of school fees, it could be a supplier that you're paying, it could be any beneficiary, or you could be depositing into your own account. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about technology change. You know, it's hard for some people to accept change or even welcome technology. The level of clients that have accepted or migrated to using ATMs,
from where we're sitting, we would say that we're fairly comfortable with how our clients have embraced this change. I think it was an inevitable change. Nedbank is an infant in terms of introducing this product, because we have seen it in the Eswatini market already. However, we are seeing the traction and we are walking the change management journey with our customers. Like you're saying, change can be difficult because we are human, but we have floor workers in our branches who would be readily available to assist the client to say, you know what, instead of standing in the queue, please can you experience our devices and the convenience it will bring to you, and then walk them through the deposit taking functionality of the machine. Also, the machine itself is quite clear in terms of the steps to be followed. So it's not confusing to the customer. It guides precisely what information you need to capture, your name, your surname, ID, your contact number, your source of funds, the amount you want to deposit. All the information is actually in a sequential format in terms of the step-by-step. So it's very, very simple to follow. But we are currently now have implemented them only at our branches across the country, and we are looking to then expand into other strategic locations where we can reach and serve some of our underbanked clients or underserved clients in terms of growing our distribution and coverage.
So it's not all your ATMs, just a selected few from your branches?
Yes, currently not all our ATMs have the deposit functionality. The long-term strategic intention is to have devices where there's fully fledged banking capabilities, irrespective of location, whether it is attached to a branch or it's not. And that is in our future plans. But for now, we are at all our branches, and very quickly we'll be expanding into areas where we have the client base, but not necessarily a branch representation. Yeah.
So do you consider the quality of the banknotes? You know, we have some banknotes that are have stains, that are old. The machines, do they reject some banknotes?
The beauty of technology is that it doesn't place reliance on some levels of human intervention. So the processing mechanisms and the controls in the machine have been built to detect the quality of notes. So you won't deposit a note, sellotape, as an example. You won't deposit a note that is stained or has got pen and the like. So what the machine will do is that it would read the notes, because it's been programmed to read the notes, and it would then calculate exactly how much you are actually depositing, and then it will credit your account. For those notes that it would deem unfit, we call them unfit notes, it would then reject those notes. It won't give them back to you as the customer, but it will hold those notes and advise you that, you know, you've deposited 500 emalangeni. Your intention was to deposit 500 emalangeni, but the machine is reading 400 emalangeni as the quality notes, and you would accept to proceed.
So you don't get the 100
No.
The ATM keeps it?
The ATM certainly keeps the note in terms of its unfitness, because, of course, our obligation as a bank is to make sure that we are circulating quality notes as well. So the intention of keeping it so that it's not brought back out into circulation for acceptance elsewhere.
Okay, so I want to ask Zama, is it even possible that I deposit my money to a wrong account? Yes, there are steps, confirmation steps, but human error, it happens to most of us. Is that possible? And if so, is my money reversible? And to that wrong account.
I think part of the change management and awareness is to just continuously encourage my customer to be quite vigilant, to be quite thorough in checking what they are processing. It's no different to making a payment, as an example, on our electronic banking platforms where you would make an error. An error is possible in terms of us just being human. But I also think that because we have built in some of these steps and you confirm, then the onus would be on the client to engage the bank to say, Nedbank, I have made an error in this regard. I was making a deposit into Lulu's account. She wasn't the intended beneficiary. Kindly reverse it. So it wouldn't happen on the device. It's the client who would need to engage the bank through our existing mediums, either calling us on our contact center or emailing our help desk as well, or going physically to see a branch to unpack or rather report exactly what transpired.
Should I do it as quick as possible just after it happens?
It's best to do it as quick as possible. This minimizes the unintended or incorrect use by the beneficiary that the funds weren't intended for, where we would ultimately recover to refund you. Of course, cases are different, and all of these instances would be treated on a case-by-case basis, where the client, in this instance Lulu, would be kept updated in terms of where the case is, if there are any issues, and then the bank would facilitate any requisite refunds or recoveries from the incorrect beneficiary.
So the bank, you're saying the bank will refund me, although the account owner has used that money or negative balance?
I'm saying that the bank would treat each case on a case-by-case basis. However, the likelihood is that there would be a refund to yourself because of the error that has occurred, and the wrongful spending on the other party's side. The then obligation that the bank would have would be to then recover from the client, because I think fortunately, even though the situation is unfortunate, the recipient would be a Nedbank account, unless of course that account doesn't exist. I think that is probably then the easiest process of them all, because as you are saying, you have deposited into a wrong account, the system would find that this account doesn't exist, so that one would just be a straightforward refund. Okay,
so is this service also ideal or convenient to business owners, companies, businesses? What is the maximum deposit one can make a day?
Yeah, I think this solution is extremely convenient for business owners, small business owners, individuals, corporates, really those who are not necessarily handling what we call bulk cash depositing, which we would be looking for a solution for in the future as well. But it serves the purpose. If you're a and you have your takings of the day, you would want to deposit those at the ATM or intelligent depositor, so that you reduce your risk of holding cash overnight. Nangabune business that you're running, and perhaps you have got cash limits to minimize any risks of theft within your teams or whatever the case may be. You are free to deposit as many times as you require. So for all intents and purposes, there is no limit that in terms of the deposits that you can make as a customer, but it's free deposits that are 30,000 and below. And then for deposits that are above 30,000, there is a nominal fee that is charged, and that's because we view those customers as enterprises or business people who are in the business of banking. So we need to also manage that cost of handling cash as a bank. But for consumers, because of inclusivity, of course, we don't charge consumers or personal banking users, the ordinary clients, man on the streets, for a deposit, whether it's in branch or it's at our intelligent depositors.
Okay, so let's talk about your other product, Cashback at Till. What benefits come with the service?
Yeah, so we're quite excited about Cashback at Till. I think we are the first to market, and we are quite proud of that. So how Cashback at Till works is that it allows for our customers to actually withdraw cash at any of our partnerships or retailers mostly is where we've partnered. So the intention of that, the main or strategic intention is to actually grow or have representation where we may not necessarily have the ATMs in this instance. So it allows a customer to just shop as well as swipe, as well as withdraw cash when they are at a shop. Usually shops open early, it's close in terms of proximity, so we are still placing the convenience for the customer to say wherever you are and there is a retailer where this channel or service is available, then that's where you can get your money. Okay. I think that we are actually further encouraging our customers to say that our platforms are quite safe and user-friendly. If you have a card, you've got access to a lot of functionality and banking features, one of which is the cashback at till. Okay. We are also encouraging our customers to just continue to transact and familiarize themselves with our platforms. So as a result, we are running a campaign or a competition, which is a trolley dash, and encouraging customers to actually, deposit at our intelligent depositor so that you can start to transact with funds in your accounts, or encourage your family members, friends, suppliers, participants to actually deposit into your account. So how our competition works is that our customers can either swipe, that's encouraging our card usage, or they can swipe and withdraw, which is our cashback at till, the new channel offering that we've just launched, or they can send money. And send money can occur from our online banking channels or our send money or our app in terms of sending money, whether it's to a mobile wallet or it's just to a normal send money client. So we're excited about the competition because we've seen it driving up the numbers. People are quite excited. It's a trolley dash with 5,000 of groceries. So
they're able to take goods for 5,000. How much time do they have?
They have, the trolley dash is a minute.
Only a minute.
A minute is quite a long time. You'd be surprised. You'd really be surprised. A minute is quite a long time. We saw it fitting. So far, we've had one winner, Mr. Sibego, Andile Sibego. We have a winner, which we'll announce this week as well for a trolley dash quite soon. And our first winner wasn't able to quite reach the 5,000. Yeah, they were off by quite a mile. But I think it's the excitement or nerves maybe that contributed.
Nerves, yeah. And also you need to have the energy to run around
100%,
the store.
100%.
Right, before I let you go, Zama, how long will this competition run for?
Okay, so the competition has been running since the beginning of May. It will be running until the 27th of June, which is effectively until the end of the month. But we will likely be bringing back similar type of competitions and campaigns right until the end of the year, as we encourage our customers and sort of walk the journey of transacting on Nedbank's platforms, accessing all our channels and distribution points of representation, and just getting customers a little bit outside of the branches so that they can bank at their own convenience. Yeah.
So what you're saying is swipe, 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 and use those.
Send. Cash back at till, withdraw, deposit at our intelligent depositors. That's what we're encouraging, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Zama, for joining us. There you have it. Swipe, swipe, swipe if you want to be one of the winners of the trolley dash competition with 5,000 emalangeni. You too stand a chance. Mangabe old customer le Nedbank Eswatini. As part of the market here, we will resume the program.
Transact with Nedbank and stand a chance to win a 5,000 emalangeni trolley dash. To qualify, do any of the following. Tap or swipe your Nedbank card for purchases a minimum number of 10 times in 2 weeks, or Send cash to any local cell phone number and minimum number of 5 times in 2 weeks. Or withdraw cash using Nedbank Cashback at Till at any OK Foods outlet a minimum number of 5 times in 2 weeks. It could be you, so start today. For more information, please visit nedbank.co.za, call or send us an email. See money differently. Nedbank.
Ujala masoda mahle kunakho lesa.
Sabatandi ukuthi njengalokhu sifile sive sikhulume.
Digital helps you make cross-border payments. Human gives you global specialists. Digital allows you to apply for a loan anytime, anywhere. Human connects you to credit experts. Digital puts you in control of your money, while Human connects you to wealth advisors. Digital allows you to freeze, unfreeze, cancel, and reorder your card. Human gives you that personal touch. Digital when you want it. Human when you need it. Get the complete private banking experience with Nedbank Private Clients.
All right, it's 42 minutes after 2. Thank you for staying with us. You're still watching Business Watch, powered by Nedbank Eswatini. We get into our third interview segment now, where we want to look at this development. Business Eswatini has entered into a cooperation agreement with Business Unity South Africa. Now, the signing ceremony of the MOU took place during the International Labour Conference in Geneva, witnessed by notable figures. This agreement aims to deepen the relationship between Eswatini and South Africa, enhancing commerce and trade ties. Let's connect with economist Saneles Bia to gather some insights on the potential impact as well as some of the implications of the cooperation agreement between Business Eswatini and BUSA. We want to first start by understanding the agreement, Mr. Sbia, as I welcome you to the program. Mr. Sbia, by the way, joins us via a Zoom link to our viewers. Let's look into, what, in your opinion, is the significance of the recently signed MOU between Business Eswatini and Business Unity South Africa for Eswatini and South Africa.
Good afternoon, listeners, and good afternoon, Mr. Ngumalo. So yes, looking at the groundbreaking, at this watershed moment, I think for me what it marks is actually a watershed moment for commerce in Eswatini and South Africa, because it's actually going to make it easy for businesses to synchronize and, make it easy for those cross-border transactions to occur, because what that then means is if we have this cooperative arrangement, then that means companies from South Africa will actually probably have subsidiaries in Eswatini will actually now be able to benefit probably fully from the services of business Eswatini. And, the same can be said for companies who want either or want to move or establish ground in South Africa. This type of arrangement makes it easy, to benefit from the services offered by BUSA, and it also makes it easy to synchronize certain things that we have seen happening across the board. For example, those in logistics have always suffered, from this issue of cross-border truck drivers and whatnot. So we do expect that with this type of arrangement, those will somehow be averted. It's going to be easy to deal with those, from partner to partner. And what we like about this is the fact that it is not only something we are seeing within commerce to commerce. We know that Swaziland and Eswatini and South Africa are highly integrated. So we've always seen probably, just in the past few days, we're talking about the revenue services of Eswatini trying to really
I'm afraid I'm losing Mr. Spear there, but he was just alluding to another development that we just saw recently that is also expediting the relationship between Eswatini, just from a trade perspective. Mr. Spear, you were speaking to the other development we saw recently, the revenue services of Eswatini, which is another, development expediting some of, the key developments around cross-border trade, particularly between these two economies.
Oh yes, that's one of the things that we are seeing. So this MOU not only just relates to commerce. We are seeing that that move towards more integrated markets between South Africa and Eswatini. So this is actually going to improve and bolster those ties between the two countries, and it's actually going to make trade and establishing businesses in either countries relatively easy for local partners, because now we are going to be able to benefit from either the full range of services offered by BUSA or the full range of services offered by businesses in Eswatini. So that actually makes it easy for companies to come in and seek that advice, seek advice on how to navigate the landscape, seek advice on how to navigate the legal landscape in either countries. So that's actually going to bolster commerce across borders, and also aligned and adding on those other innovations that we are seeing occurring between these two countries. So this is actually, it has come at a very opportune moment to take advantage of those other national or cross-border type of arrangements to ensure that businesses are able to flow freely and are able to trade amongst the two countries. Thank you, Mr. Zuma.
Yeah, and certainly you are touching on quite a lot of, I would say, objectives of the MOU. But if you were to, pin down a few primary objectives, what you would want to call primary objectives of this MOU, what would those be?
For me, looking at it, the primary objectives basically is to cross-pollinate and share insights in both countries, so that the benefits that are offered by BUSA could be accessible to a local entity who has some business roots in South Africa, and the same can be attained by a company that is actually operating in South Africa, either with a subsidiary or a wholly owned subsidiary or a subsidiary of some sort. So that is the first one. But then on a macro scale, what we are looking at is that objective of actually improving and facilitating trade, bilateral trade between the two countries. So we are expecting that this arrangement is going to open up avenues for bilateral trade, and both Chamber of Commerces or both Business Eswatini and BUSA are now going to sit down together and look through what are the comparative advantages, what are the low-hanging fruits that can be reaped right now, and what can we think of in the short to medium term. So that is going to open up markets. So I also see it as one of these, as contingent on that MOU is the part of actually opening markets, and just making sure that we're working together, knowing what is there in markets, what we can reap in Eswatini, what we can reap in Southern Africa, and how we can support business in that process, how we can facilitate trade between the two countries.
Maybe as it stands, as what is pertaining on the ground right now with our domestic business environment, this MOU surely should compel a few changes in certain environments. What are some of changes that you foresee in Eswatini's business environment as a result of this MOU, ones that you would say are quite urgent in order for this MOU to work optimally?
So what one would expect for this MOU to work optimally is, we need to, at first, it's an issue of improving the ease of doing business in Eswatini. We need to catch up with South Africa. We need to make sure that it's relatively easy to do business in Eswatini, and just as it would be in South Africa. So another issue that we know we might want to, that we are seeing that's going to be affected basically should be an issue of, your productive capacities and your productive, the scales of production. So that, the economies of scale. So this one now makes it easy to, for companies who can actually take advantage of economies of scale happening in South Africa or in Eswatini to really just make it easy to take advantage of that. And also what we are seeing is there is need to ensure that, we catch up in terms of what is happening between South Africa and Eswatini, in terms of the technology and in terms of the technical know-how. So that is one of the things that we are expecting to see in the short to medium term, so that businesses in Eswatini are actually able to align the systems and the trade patterns with what is happening in South Africa. And also in terms of the tax regime, we know that one that is somehow synchronized, and we are also looking into the issue of when you look into the arrangement of business in what we call the new economy, we know that quite a number of the companies that are in Eswatini are actually owned in South Africa. So we are looking into those to say we should see some shifts in the arrangement of production. Things that are relatively easy done in Eswatini can be done in Eswatini and then exported to South Africa. So that's what we call a global value chain. So this also opens up avenues for global value chains where we are able to specialize in certain things and making it relatively easy. But then at the same time, we are looking at the ability for this arrangement to actually open up space for small, medium enterprises, because now they are going to have this opportunity to explore what South Africa has to offer, and that hand-holding guidance from BUSA to say, how can you now start navigating that landscape? So we are going to see some changes if, businesses take advantage of this MOU, because we need to then start seeing more of Eswatini companies' footprint in South Africa, which is one of the objectives that this MOU seeks to support. We need to see local companies really taking up space in South Africa, taking up opportunities that are there. And this is the kind of arrangement that would allow local companies to take up that space through that technical support and the technical know-how and the advocacy, and, just helping people navigate the institutional arrangements between the two countries. So this is actually a very opportune moment that companies need to take advantage of at this point in time. So,
they will leverage all those opportunities that this MOU brings. And like you said, as we explore what is happening in South Africa, as developed as they are, a lot of opportunities for Eswatini. And of course, we do foresee, business growth in Eswatini as well, Mr. Spear. Thank you so much for your insights. Let's go for a net break. See Dabuya Sibuge, the financial markets of the day with Nedbank Eswatini.
Digital helps you make cross-border payments. Human gives you global specialists. Digital allows you to apply for a loan anytime, anywhere. Human connects you to credit experts. Digital puts you in control of your money, while Human connects you to wealth advisors. Digital allows you to freeze, unfreeze, cancel, and reorder your card. Human gives you that personal touch. Digital when you want it. Human when you need it. Get the complete private banking experience with Nedbank Private Clients.
Renewal of TV licenses for 2024 is now open. Here is a quick reminder. A viewer's TV license costs 180 emalangeni per device. Other accessories such as decoders and set-top box cost 50 emalangeni per device. For traders and repairers, TV license costs 300 emalangeni per business area. And now, to pay your TV license, use these following methods. You can use MTN Mobile Money with the number 76222000 or dial *007 *3 *7 hash. Or you can use Eswatini Imali. you can pay our TV license at any post office in the country. Another option is you can use any Nedbank branch using our TV license account number 119900430037. Don't forget, when paying for your viewer's TV license, reference with your PIN at all times. And when paying for a retailer TV license, reference with your TIN at all times. For more information, call us on 7802-4543 or 34050163 or 34020879. And you can send us a WhatsApp message on 762222000.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. We are in the last segment of our program, which is the financial markets. We want to take a look at financial markets this afternoon with the Treasury Sales Manager at Nedbank Eswatini, Toba Gamete. Toba, very good afternoon. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Let's quickly look at currencies. I saw that the rand is not doing quite well due to the results of the South African elections. Tell us more about that.
Thanks, Lulu, and good afternoon to your viewers. As you have said, the rand is quite volatile, to say the least, these past few days, as a result of the election results from South Africa, the ANC losing majority and the instability that brings to investors. So the market is just looking at outcomes of the coalition talks to see what the government of South Africa is going to look like, and that is sort of giving them jitters in terms of where to put their money and where not to put their money.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we look at the Lilangen against the dollar, so it's trading at 18 amalangeni 80 cents again today. The euro is at 20. Ligolide, or rather the pound is at 24 amalangeni. Tell us more about these figures. What do they mean?
So as you can see, most of these are up against the Lilangen, yes. So basically this means that our importers are now paying more to pay for their imports that are denominated in these currencies. As you've said, the euro is at 20.5125, and the market there is just waiting for clues on what the European Central Bank is going to do tomorrow, and there's a rate announcement tomorrow, and the market is pricing in a cut. So if that happens, then it might bring the euro a bit down, and then that's boosting the Lilangeni.
Okay, just moving on to commodities quickly. We look at gold. It's doing quite well today, and the crude oil price is going down. What caused this?
All right, so gold is up 0.23%, trading at $2,332.32 per ounce. So this goes back to the U.S. data. So a couple of data has come out of the U.S. In the past few days, signaling that the U.S. economy is slowing down, and that's pushing the dollar down. So with a weaker dollar, then means a better or a higher gold price. So gold is sort of getting strength from that. And then when we look at Brent crude, oil is trading at $77.49 per barrel, down 0.04%. This is levels that we haven't seen in a while. Oil is really going down. I think the last time we saw these levels was in February, so it's a 4-month low right now, mainly due to supplies. There is increased stockpiles in the U.S., and the U.S. economy is slowing down. And OPEC has also announced that they will be cutting back on the cuts that they had implemented. So they'll be supplying more towards, I think, starting from September.
All right, so let's quickly take a look at equities. We look at the S&P 500, the JSE, will perform this afternoon.
All right, so when we look at our equities, I'll start with the S&P 500. So the S&P 500 is doing well, up 0.15% today. This is also
goes back to the US data and the market anticipating rate cuts to be implemented sooner in the US. So then investors are putting their money into better yielding instruments. The FTSE and the JSE all share down. The JSE all share significantly down 1.17%, tying back to the political landscape in South Africa and the uncertainty that brings. So the market is just being cautious with where they put their money.
Yeah, the whole week, Vilashoti, markets are very cautious due to the result.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Thanks so much, Siba, for joining us. And we've come to the end of our program today. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for tuning in. Mangabe ufuna ukuba part of the trolley dash and stand a chance of winning yourself 5,000 worth of groceries. Do swipe, do send money by using the NetBank app. We'll see you next week, Wednesday. Take care.
Make better money choices. Choose a bank that takes your money seriously. Business Watch was brought to you by NetBank.